Hello everyone, welcome to Emily Illustrator. So today we are going to be reviewing a couple different pencils. First, we're going to be reviewing the Arteza 72 colored expert pencils, as well as the Arteza 72 watercolor pencils here. These are the expert ones as well. As you can see, in both of them, they have, put them side by side here, the same colors. Unlike some others where they may have a variation of colors, but because they're the same brand, they are the exact same colors. Now you can see I've used a little of them, and I did that in making this picture. On this half, we have used the color pencils. On this half, we have used the watercolor pencils. As you can see, it's pretty similar, except for it's a little bit darker on this side, a little bit lighter, but that's just because of the difference in them. As far as, let's start with, we're going to start with the colored pencils first. In using them, things that I have found about them so far is they're a little bit thinner than the Faber-Castell. That being said, they feel solid. Like I know that Prismacolor is prone to breakage, but these ones, I had one pencil lead that broke on me, but it was due to the sharpener, not the pencil. So they feel pretty solid. I haven't had any breakage issues. As far as how they color, I've had some people compare them to the Ergosofts, and while they do color, the way they lay down, it is very soft. It's not exactly the same as the Ergosofts. So what we're going to do here is we are going to grab, let's see, we're going to grab this one, and actually here you can see their wide range of colors here. So there's 72 of them. That's the first tray. It's handy little finger holes on the side here so you can pull them out. This is the second tray. So you can see there's a wide range of colors. We're going to grab this blue here, and we're going to grab this yellow here. Okay. And these, again, these are the standard color pencils, not the watercolor ones yet. Okay, then we are going to get some paper here. This is the Arteza 60 sheet mixed media pad. So what we're going to be using here is the Emerald A094. We're going to use the Robin Egg Blue A044 and the Lemon A004. And here's what we're going to do. And they come pre-sharpened already. Okay, so this is me pressing hard. Okay, this is me just coloring lightly. You can see even when you color lightly, it still lays down a fair amount of pigment. Okay, here's the blue. Pressing hard, lightly. Okay. Here is the lemon. Pressing hard, pressing lightly. Okay. So now we're going to blend these all together, and you'll be able to see how they work. Now, they don't blend in the way that Prismacolors blend. This is definitely a pencil that you would want to do light layers on. So here we're going to start with our green. Just start out pressing hard and then lighter as we go out. Now we've got our blue. go back over with the blue again. There we go. And you can see, I mean, blue and green, of course, are going to blend well together just because, you know, they're in the same similar kind of cool family. But then adding in a color that wouldn't normally blend, it still blends, you know, the colors that wouldn't normally go together, it still blends fairly well. So with these, overall, with the color pencils, I was actually very pleased. And in fact, we're going to be doing our next coloring page with the Arteza pencils. So if you want to see more of coloring the Arteza pencils, you have to check out our YouTube live stream, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be doing a page from Magical Jungle. So that'll be there. So these are, like I said, these ones are the color pencils. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out the watercolor pencils. We're going to get these exact same colors, and we are going to do a blending line here, and then we will use a water brush on it to blend it through. Okay, so here we have the watercolor pencils. Got the emerald. Okay, take out this tray. Go to the next one. Got the robin's egg blue. Okay, and the lemon. Now, as you can see, each box has the handy tray to store the pencils in, so it's nice and compact. And they're actually, both boxes are the same size, so they're easily stackable. All right, so here we have our 3 watercolors in the same colors, and this is going to be great too if you are wanting to do a mixed media piece, because you can still use the same colors, but you can, you know, get 2 different experiences for different textures or whichever you like. Okay, so we're going to do the same on this side that we did on the other side. Okay, so first we have the watercolor. This is the emerald. Okay, that was pressing hard. Now this is pressing lightly. Then we have the robin's egg blue. Pressing hard and pressing lightly. And then we have the lemon yellow. Okay, now we're going to do the same here. I'm going to start out pressing hard and lightly. And as you can see, the pigments are pretty much an exact match. And we're going to go for the robin's egg blue. Fading out. Now we're going to add the lemon yellow. Okay, so now what we're going to do, okay, we have our Pentel water brush here. We're going to do these ones first so you can kind of see how they do on their own. Okay. Okay, that's the blue where I pressed hard. This is lightly. So you can see you can get your 2 different shades of the one color. Here's the green. You can see there's lots of pigment that comes up from this once you add water. So it gives you lots to work with. Lightly. There's the yellow. You can see how much you can spread around that pigment too, so that gave you lots, like I said, lots to work with. Here's the light yellow. Okay, now remember, this is the regular color pencil. This is the watercolor pencil. Now, one thing that I do like to do when I'm coloring and I've got a blend like this is I like to go paint it from light to dark so that you don't get any of the green or blue into the yellow, so you don't contaminate it. So what you can do is you can start with yellow. Now we're going into our blue. At this point you can clean your brush a little bit. We're going to take this blue. Now we're going to take the green. There you get a nice seamless blend here. So there you have it. There is the example of doing this live, or the example of how these lay. Now this is just standard sketchbook paper. So as far as how these work in coloring books, I completed this one. Zoom out a little bit here. Okay. So this half over here, we have the regular coloring pencils, and then on our right half we have our watercolor pencils. As you can see, the colors are almost identical. There's just a little bit of brighter contrast here, but that's what you get from doing the watercolor pencils. So you can see I was still able to do the same kind of blending this side as I was this side, and it's literally split right down the middle here. You can see here, here's my seam. I did that. But the colors are pretty much seamless. They're almost identical. But the great thing about it is the variation in texture that you get. Not to mention, it's just the sky's the limit, especially when you're using two different kinds of pencils. I mean, you can create all sorts of things. So really, it's going to come down to what are you most comfortable with? Do you prefer pencils? Do you prefer being able to add water to it? And I will say, so this is from Johanna Basford's Magical Jungle. And I know that there are those that are concerned about, warping of the page when you add water to it. This brush that I just used in that example was the exact same brush that I used on here. Same size, same everything. And we did get a little bit of curling of the page, but not much, because you really don't need a ton of water. You don't need to oversaturate it. We had no peeling of the paper from it. The pigment just comes alive so easily that it is not difficult at all to use these in a standard coloring book or adult coloring book. So basic consensus is I would highly recommend both of these pencils, depending on your preferences for what you like to do. So today we reviewed the Arteza Expert 72 count color pencils and the Arteza 72 count Expert watercolor pencils. I would highly recommend either of them. They are a highly pigmented pencil that lays down color easily. They have minimal breakage. Same with the watercolor pencils. They're easily blendable. They'd even be a great beginner pencil. So I am going to have the links down in the description for both of these, both the US and UK links, so they'll be easily purchased. One little treat that I did mention to my viewers from the live stream is that I'm going to have a 10% off coupon code that is valid until August 5th using Emily Illustrator 1. I will also have that down in the description. So thank you all for watching, and be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more coloring content. Thank you.